So I'm going to show you some of the basic features of the machine. When you're sewing, these are some of the basic tools that you'll need. Safety glasses, screwdriver for the needle, snips, and a needle threader. So first I'm going to change the thread. And what we're going to do is you're going to come down here and you're going to snip it on this side, right here. On the back side. So take this off. This is my new thread of cone of thread, and then I'm going to tie a knot. It doesn't really matter what kind of knot you tie, just tie it. And then I'm going to come down here, and you see this button right here, there's this tiny little dot here. You're going to really push that down, but before I do that, I'm unthreading my needle. I don't want to pull the thread while the needle is threaded. So I'm unthreading this, and then I'm pushing the button in the back right here, and I'm going to pull. This releases my tension and it pulls the knot all the way through so you do not have to rethread. Alternatively, you can use this lever here to lift the presser foot, which also releases the tension, and you can pull again, although the tension is not as released. But the key point is to not have it threaded through the needle while you are pulling. It will bend the needle, and the needle will not like that. And then I'm going to snip this. Okay, now I am going to change my presser foot. So I want to make, this is also our hand wheel, and when we adjust the hand wheel, we want to turn it towards us, so this will make our needle go up and down. So I'm turning it towards me, and I'm making sure it's all the way up in its highest position, right here. Okay, so now when I'm changing my presser foot, can you see this thing here? This has a spring on it. And I'm going to use this part of my hand and really push really hard against this. And do you see how this pops out? And then I can remove that foot. So again, my hand is wrapping around the head here to really give me some leverage. I'm holding that and I'm putting this all the way up in here like this. This can hurt a little bit on your hand, so if you want, you can fold up a scrap of fabric and put it on your hand to do like this. So I've got a little barrier there with my hand, and I'm going to push it back. So now, since I just reseated my presser foot, I'm wearing my safety glasses, and then when I start sewing, I'm wearing them while I sew until I know that this presser foot is well seated. So you don't have to wear them for very long, just, your first inch or two, but I have to rethread my needle, which it is threaded from the left to the right, but we'll get more on that later. So I'm putting my presser foot back down with this hand lever, and I'm sewing. Okay, so that looks well seated, so I'm gonna do hard heel to cut and lift, and now I can take my glasses off. So next, we are going to change this needle. So again, if I need to raise it, I'm using my hand wheel and turning it towards me. So it's in its highest position.
It's not in the highest position.
Oh, sorry.
No. There you go.
It's in its highest position. I am unthreading it using, I have my needle threader. Now I'm left-handed, so this is the way that I do it left-handed, which I think is actually beneficial because you can use both of your hands. So,
Jamie, no, you have to do it like that. You have to use your right hand.
Okay.
Because of the whole threading thing.
So, threading and holding it, and then I'm going to, this is the screw here that I'm going to unscrew. I'm not taking this screw all the way out. I'm just giving it a couple of turns to loosen that needle. And the reason I'm threading, using this threader here, is to make sure that my needle doesn't fall down into the throat plate and nick anything. So, and then I'm using it to drop it down, and this needs to go up a little bit, and then I'm removing my needle. So, let's say this is my new needle. I don't know if you can see, but there is a little indent right
Get the screwdriver out of the way.
There's a little
You were good. You were good where you were before. Yeah.
There's a little indent. That indent goes towards the right side. So
it's called the scarf.
Called the scarf. So I'm going to put my sorry, I'm going to put my needle threader through.
I can't see now.
Putting my needle threader through my needle, and I'm going to hold it with my left hand to put it in here. And again, I'm threading it using my needle threader so that my needle doesn't fall down, and also it's allowing me to see if my needle is actually straight. So it's giving me a visual cue on that. So now I know that
finger out of the way. Okay, yeah.
I can see that it's straight, so I can turn this to make it
right.
straight as possible. And you want to make sure it's pushed up all the way. So now you can see it's straight. I'm going to hold it, and with my right hand, I'm going to use the screwdriver, and I am going to tighten it. Oops. If I can actually tighten it.
That's not a great screwdriver for that. Littler ones are better.
Okay, so now, since my needle threader is threaded from the right side, I can stick my thread through here, and then I pull my thread through and I thread my needle. Now, since I just threaded my needle, I'm putting my safety glasses back on. Again, I'm just wearing this to make sure.
But you're just doing it because you changed the needle, not because you threaded it.
Correct, just because I changed the needle, so I'm gonna wear it until I know this needle is seated. So I'm gonna sew for 1 inch or 2. It looks pretty seated. I'm gonna do hard heel to cut and lift. And now I've tested it and I can take off my glasses. Okay, so next I'm gonna show you how to remove the bobbin case and bobbin. So under here is where the bobbin case is. There's a little lever.
Wait, move your hand.
A little lever right here.
That's it.
That I'm going to open, and I'm going to hold it and pull it out. Okay, so this is what it looks like pulled out.
Wait, I can't see it.
Okay, so now I'm going to release the lever, taking out the bobbin. Okay, ready? I got a new bobbin. So it looks like this. The thread is going clockwise. I put it in with this notch up here at the top. Pull this thread through the notch and make sure that it catches right here. Okay, now I'm going to open this, hold it so that my bobbin doesn't fall out. And I'm going to put it back. And you want to make sure that it clicks into place there. See, if you push it in, you can hear the click. So now, I don't have to wear safety glasses for this because I'm going to use my hand wheel and turn it towards me and make sure that this needle is not hitting anything. So I can hear and see that the needle is going up and down unobtrused by anything and not hitting anything. So that's how you change your bobbin. And that's it. Those are your basic features of the machine.
Thank you, Jamie.